as well. In his description, it said that he worked for Fish Mooney. So, you know, they're going to have a female lead as a lead gangster in it, which
nice.
is fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's an unexpected thing. But I have to say, I'm cautiously, you know, because I love this whole sort of timeless, this out of time Gotham, and because it works so well for the Batman animated series. If they can translate that to a live action series, I'm in.
Yeah.
But the thing about Batman the animated series was it was Batman
and
the
animated
series.
and animated.
You know,
they could do a lot more with it.
Yeah, where's Batman? I want Batman in this reality.
But they've told you there's not going to be a Batman.
I know.
It is about Gotham as the character.
Yeah.
And Jim Gordon. Mostly Gordon and Gotham. But from everything that's been said so far, it seems to be more about Gotham and everyone else, and maybe some Gordon as well.
Yeah, because I mean, everybody said it was going to be the Gotham PD comic book, but and again, because I'm out of the loop a wee bit, but Gotham PD
had Batman
with Batman, doesn't it?
Yeah, alongside at the same time.
Yeah.
This is the thing is, Jim Gordon is meant to be a lot older. Well, say 20 years older than Batman at least.
Yeah.
If he's a rookie cop here, and this is around the time that Batman, his parents are either alive or just being killed, that would make him about, say, 8 or... No, they said 12 in this, didn't they?
They said he's 12 and his parents have just been killed, and Jim Gordon, that's where Jim Gordon comes into it.
So he must only be maybe 8 years older, 10 years older at most. That kind of brings that... It's a bit narrower.
Yeah.
Because I've always preferred him as portrayed as the father of someone...
Well,
around Batman's age.
He could be 30. He could be 30.
As a rookie cop?
Yeah.
Oh, well, rookie detective, I suppose, rather than rookie cop.
I remember in the comics, whenever you met him in year one, he had been... He had left his department, and it was in Chicago that he was in, and
but
he had left Chicago.
But everything I've heard is more of a rookie cop.
Yeah.
Now, maybe he's a rookie detective rather than rookie beat cop.
Because Gordon never raised through the ranks. And he does, Logue does say there that, you know, all of a sudden there's this character thrown into it who has a strong sense of right and wrong.
Yeah.
So maybe we're going to get a more experienced Gordon.
But also they're not writing a Batman comic. But that's where they could fall flat, picking and choosing what they want from the Batman mythology to make their own series.
Yeah.
And people like you and me are going to expect Batman at some point, or at least more direct Easter eggs about Batman.
Yeah.
And they've already said pretty much maybe 3 or 4 seasons in, you might see Batman. I don't want to wait that long.
Yeah, I mean, and as long as they stick with, because we've heard that, you know, we're going to get Catwoman in this, and we're going to get Joker, and we're going to get Mr. Freeze, we're going to get young versions of these characters.
You could see. Well, Catwoman, I would want to be of a similar
she'd
age
need
to
be
Batman.
young. She'd need to be sort of at the very most in her early teens.
Joker could be maybe even 5-10 years older than Batman. Same as, and Dr. Freeze could easily be 15 years older.
Well, you see, that would be interesting. But you know, if we got, for example, say they went with the Tim Burton, if we met Jack Napier, you know, before he became,
or Victor Freeze as a scientist,
or Victor Freeze
or
as
his
a
wife, or just meeting his girlfriend, his lab assistant, everything else. That would be nice Easter eggs.
Yeah, or this little girl that lives in the street called Selena Kyle. You know,
but what that would mean is that you're going to have to wait 10 years before Victor Freeze becomes Mr. Freeze in their timeline. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Or they become the bad guys before Batman's around. That doesn't make sense.
No, because, and I've said this week in and week out, that my problem with this is that Batman has a rogues gallery because they came from Batman, not the other way around.
Definitely in general. There might be some oddballs that were kind of, maybe not, well, definitely organised criminals before.
Yeah.
And I still...
but Oswald Cobblepot's one of the few villains that would get away with that with.
Yes.
Because he could have been a crime lord.
The thing about him, though, I want him to be the Penguin. Yeah. I want him to be Danny DeVito's Penguin.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want him to just be an organised criminal. Why would he take the moniker the Penguin?
Yeah.
You know, for a long time, not recently, but for a long time after the Burton movies, the Penguin in comics was depicted like Danny DeVito.
Yeah, I always remember that I'd read a great origin story. I can't remember. It came out around sort of the early 90s, where it was a very, very dark one shot about about Penguin, where he basically grew up in it. I think it was his aunt's bird shop. And he loved these birds, and he was picked on, and this guy came in and killed all the birds.
Very stylistic art.
It was really dark. It was really. I'm thinking like Mike Mignola, but it wasn't Mignola.
Okay.
It was, but I remember always it was so dark, and it explained why he was the Penguin.
Yeah,
he took that bird mantra, you know, and I loved that.
Well, maybe
so unless they give him an origin like that here.
Well, maybe Mrs. Will Smith is called Fish because she keeps pet penguins.
See, there's an idea because the fish and the penguin.
I could write for Gotham, you know.
Right. Okay. Right. One last thing I want to talk about here, because we haven't talked about this very much, and it's getting to that point where it's actually very, very nearly on TV. Coming on the 11th of March on El Rey is the From Dusk Till Dawn TV series.
I I'm not sure if I like this or not. Still, I
Yes.
will have to wait and see. It's one of those. A lot of the times you kind of know either way. Yes, I really want this Guardians of the Galaxy. No, I really don't. Any Crow reboot, you know,
Yeah.
black and white for me.
Yeah.
Though this new Crow reboot, I might. No, I still don't want it. And this, I don't know.
I know.
If they had just done it as a pure crime caper,
Mhm.
maybe.
Which I thought was
That's
what they were
yeah.
going to do.
But now, how? What's her face is in it? Halma says.
I said, well,
Helmet.
Santa Monica Pandemonium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's going to be hints at vampires.
No,
Or are they in it or not?
what they are actually going to do is... Do you remember at the start of From Dusk Till Dawn, we knew that the Geckos, that Seth had just broken Richie sort of out and they'd robbed a bank and they're
This
on
is
their
how
run.
they got to jail.
Yeah, well, they're going to do all that. They're also going to do From Dusk Till Dawn, the movie.
In the TV series.
In the TV series.
That's where I lose interest.
And they're going to do like the origins of the vampires, and they're going to do the
But
preacher
they
character.
did the origin
and
of
they're going
that
to
in a couple of movies afterwards, and they were
and they were
rubbish.
terrible. Now, the only thing it does fill me a wee bit with confidence is that Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino are involved in
As
this.
exec producers or...
Yeah, but they have given it the blessing.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, after Hannibal and Bates Motel, I'm less keen to write this off. Because
There is
they
a
were
but
both
there, isn't
amazing.
there?
But
Bates Motel was not about the psycho killer. It was about how he became the psycho killer.
yeah,
I want to see these two. Do you know what? There should have been a 16 or 23 or 2 series, whatever, lead up to them before they kidnapped the people in the Winnebago.
yes.
And it should have stopped there.
But see, now it's going to go back and tell the preacher in the Winnebago, Harvey Keitel's character. They're going to, it's played this time by Robert Patrick, I believe. They're going to go back and tell that story. They're going to tell how Santa Monica Pandemonium end up in there.
Yeah.
They're going to tell who the Geckos are.
Some of that could be good.
I don't know if I care. Because the movie was just, you talked earlier on
don't
about
need to see
time and
everything.
space.
Yeah.
The movie was just that snapshot. It worked. It was that time.
There are a few movies that just are perfect as they are.
Yeah.
That's one of the. Matrix was another. There was never a need for a sequel or a prequel. The only thing, the saving grace about this prequel has always been the concept of how the Gecko brothers got to jail. Seeing them as the criminals and almost a crime caper with a tongue-in-cheek sense of dark humour.
Uh-huh.
You don't need the vampires.
No.
You don't want them to know anything about vampires.
No.
And as soon as you start making a TV serial about the movie, which you've already seen, and it's a movie that can't be beaten, it loses something.
Yeah.
It could be brilliant, but why do you want to recreate it?
I don't know. That's what I don't understand.
I thought it was genius doing a prequel about them.
Yeah.
But it's the same as when you reboot or reimagine RoboCop. There's 300,000 new books released every year, and we've had what I can't. Do you know what I can't even hazard a guess of in the last decade how many totally original new movies that are not based on a comic or book or you know what I mean, a well-known one or a reboot of something.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit tiring.
I know. And the thing that concerns me with things like this as well, and RoboCop, I've come across it already, and I've had a few people that because we have a lot of people on us following there that write their own blogs and their own wee video sites and websites and stuff, and they all, drop little stories and anecdotes. And one that I'm hearing is that a lot of kids, sort of 17, 18, are saying about how good the new RoboCop movie is, and why would they go back and watch one that was made 20 years ago. And what's upsetting me here is not that attitude. That attitude, I suppose, is all right, but that they may never discover the genius of the first RoboCop because they're more interested, and this From Dusk Till Dawn, people may never go back and decide to watch that movie.
And that movie still stands because it can be a time capsule in a way because it doesn't refer to. There's nothing to time it or date it.
Yeah.
There's nothing about TV programs or books or comics or anything related to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens.
Yeah.
And bars will still look the same. I guarantee you places in New Mexico and Arizona still look the same.
Yeah.
Winnebago's probably look the same.
Yeah.
So it doesn't date.
No.
RoboCop, the animation may date, but really, because it was set in the future and it was done subtly, it doesn't date that badly either.
Yeah. But the thing about From Dusk Till Dawn as well is that, and it has the whole Empire Strikes Back, look, I'm your father thing as well, where when you seen From Dusk Till Dawn the first time around, even though I knew it was supposed to be a vampire movie, it still took me by surprise because I was still watching it
I didn't know
going,
it was a vampire movie.
Oh, you didn't? So you
Nope.
got the what is going on here?
I arrived just after the trailers, just before the movie started.
Right.
Just going out with a group of friends. They'd chosen the movie. I went in.
Okay.
I didn't have a clue what it was. So the Salma Hayek bit, it was Salma Hayek, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Because even at the start, you just think she's a dancer. And then 30 seconds in, you go, oh?
Yeah. Because you have that, you have that what the hell? And frankly, I think I did actually go,
It's one of 2 movies I've gone into a cinema to see without knowing what it was.
yeah,
The second, or the first, because I think it was before, was Arachnophobia.
okay. How did you not know what arachnophobia was?
An ex-girlfriend brought me to it.
But did you not know what arachnophobia was?
I didn't know the title.
Of the movie?
Yeah. I was brought to it.
But tell me, you are arachnophobic.
I am totally. I walked out. It's I think it's the only movie I've ever walked out. As soon as I saw the title, I kind of got very freaked out. And within 30 seconds, is it the plumber scene?
No, it starts off. Does not start off in the jungle at the beginning.
I don't know, but there's a massive web and there's a big spider. I walked out then.
Oh, that's at the end. You made it well through.
No. The first time you saw a big spider and you knew what was going to happen, I walked.
Okay, well, the first spider you see is the one that you think is dead, and then it jumps up on the camera, and that's like 30 seconds in.
No, that's it then.
But that's in the jungle. That's in the jungle.
Listen, I can't remember.
Okay. Right, well, that's scene's in the jungle.
PTSD.
That's how they got the spider from there to small town America.
I didn't know they went to America.
Okay. Right, okay. But that's the very start of the movie.
Okay, no.
Well, funny, I'm arachnophobic. Not so bad now. I used to be
watch it.
really bad. I went to it 3 or 4 times.
Couldn't watch it, especially not on a big screen.
Okay.
Where a spider looks like as big as a house.
Right, okay.
Not a chance.
You should watch it again.
No.
You should.
No, I'll watch
it. It's a very fun movie.
How about we compromise and I'll watch Dust to Dawn again?
Why is that a compromise? I don't care.
That's my compromise. That's what I'm watching again.
You should watch Arachnophobia. You will enjoy it. It's fun.
No,
it is a fun movie.
No, I won't watch it and no, I won't enjoy it. But thank you for offering. It's so kind of you.
Okay, all right. I think we've overstayed our welcome. Have we missed anything?
Just the ghost. It wants us out now.
Okay, you're excited about From Dusk Till Dawn, or about Guardians of the Galaxy?
Of course I am.
Yes.
Do you know what? And this is biased. Until Marvel prove me wrong, they can do no wrong.
Until Marvel prove me wrong, they can do no wrong. Okay.
Yes, I like that.
I see where you're going with that.
I like that turn of phrase.
One other piece of news that I actually just wanted to talk about.
Has it just come in?
It only broke. I think it did only break over the last couple of hours. I can get the site because I'm not. See, blah 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 blah. A lot of Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. Yeah, this is it. Lucasfilm. It's kind of Star Wars related again. Lucasfilm have appointed James Gunn to Guardians of the Galaxy.
No,
that's not
theme
what I'm
park.
looking for. Yes, they have appointed a lady by the name of, you can tell I'm well prepared for this, Patty Burke, has been appointed as Lucasfilm's theme park division's executive producer. What?
She's going to shape the new Disneyland, which will be called Rebel
Star Wars
Alliance
Land.
Landy Land.
Yeah. So basically, yes, she has been hired by Lucasfilm, probably / Disney, to create Lucasfilm-inspired theme parks.
Which is, I know there is. We talked about this last week. I think there is a section of Disneyland that has got Star Wars.
Yes, but it's very small. It's one ride, I think.
A Star Wars theme park.
Yeah. Would be pretty cool.
A virtual reality lightsaber show.
Yeah, I mean, but with Lucasfilm as well, it's not just Star Wars. I mean, you could have a ride as well where you get chased by that boulder from the start of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And E.T.
Or you could get onto the mothership and E.T. Of course, it will be mostly Star Wars.
Yeah,
but there is other possibilities there. Howard the Duck. I jest.
It's not a bad movie.
Okay, but yeah. So Lucasfilm. Yeah, so Lucasfilm have a theme park division.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
I said this last week, but I'm so surprised they never did it before.
Yeah, no.
I'm surprised George Lucas didn't do it before, unless he knew that the investment versus the recoup just wasn't worth it for him.
Yeah, I think...
Because he's only a multi-billionaire.
Yeah. I think George Lucas was for all that more focused on the movies. I think he was more focused on the actual film making of it. And I know he had all the merchandise and stuff and whatnot, but I think he always saw that as something that helped finance everything else. That was just part of it. I think the theme park thing was kind of more than he wanted to get into.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think he could be bothered with that. Do you know what I mean?
He doesn't need to either.
Yeah.
The money he gets just from Yoda selling Vodafone.
Yeah. But you know what, now if there's going to be parks where you can walk around the Millennium Falcon or you can stand on the bridge of a Star Destroyer.
5 years from now it could be here.
Yeah.
Which isn't that long.
Yeah. That's pretty exciting stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much us. So we're excited about Guardians of the Galaxy. We're excited about Dr. Horrible's sing-along. For Star Wars fans, of course, go to followthenerd.com. A lot of news for Rebels. As I said, we are looking into maybe doing an Empire Talks Back special on the news that we've got about Rebels because, frankly, over the last couple of weeks, it's been huge.
We're hoping that the rap is wrong about the Fantastic Forecasting.
Yes, I see something has popped up, actually, on our Facebook here about it.
Is it just someone screaming no?
No, one of the guys have done like a mock-up
with
I saw those actors.
That looks bad.
And the response hasn't been good. Douche-tastic for.
Yeah, do you know the worst thing about this is it doesn't matter how good the script is. If the fans don't like it, those actors are going to get the slack. It's going to be their fault.